What is up, everyone? Welcome to the fifth episode of AskYudiJ. I can't believe it's the fifth episode, which means we crossed 1 month doing this. I absolutely love doing this. Let's get started. Okay, so before we get into question and answer, I really want to tell you thank you for some of you who recommended me to put timestamps on the questions I'm answering. So thank you for giving that feedback. I will put in this video, you will see the timestamps of each question I'm answering. So that way, if you want to skip to particular question, you can. But if you want to watch the full video, you're more than welcome. Let's get to the first question. So first question is by Somya Subramaniam. How do you make network and how to make it lasting useful contact? Great question. One is making network. Don't make network for your benefit. I mean, I understand that it will be useful, but make a network because you genuinely want to meet people, you genuinely want to make friends, you genuinely want to make a network, rather than I'm going to make network with this person because that person will probably give me a job in the future, or that person will give me that. So if you have that intention, it will show up when you try to make a network. Instead, just be genuinely interested and curious in that person's life, whatever that person is doing. So first is that. Second, how do you make it? By actually just going up to them and talking to them. Going to a lot of events is going to help you. Going to conference is going to help you. Talking about conference, I am right now all clean shape because I'm going to a conference. I will talk about it in some time. Maybe this tomorrow's live UDJ video, I will talk about that. But going to conferences, going to events, going to a lot of campus, clubs, and making those people, going to those events and making network over there is going to be most useful. Also, a lot of colleges will host this event called meet and greet event, so you should definitely attend that. Look out for those emails from your colleges. Your career center, there will be a career center in your college that will also host events on how to make network, how to go to networking event, how to kind of have a dinner, how to kind of dress professionally in the networking events. So you should definitely go for all of those things. I will especially make like life skills 101. I made one video, but I'm going to make more videos in that. So in that, we'll talk more in detail, but hopefully this answers your question. Next question is by Global Facts. Very interesting question. What do you see the main cultural difference in India and USA after marrying a United States girl? Great question. So before I answer this, I really want to tell you that by no means I'm trying to hurt anybody's sentimentals. By no means I'm trying to disrespect Indian women's or Indian girls or anything like that, or any country's girl. This is just purely my opinion and based on what I've seen. So hopefully girls don't take it personally. But so first, the biggest difference is the girls in United States, especially my wife, is super independent. She's very career oriented, very focused. She wants to do something amazing in life. And when I say independent, it just doesn't mean financially. I mean like in any terms of life. Like my wife is not dependent on me running the house. She can run on herself. She can do things on herself. Like in India, how we take things for granted that your wife is supposed to cook. That's not the case. I cook most of the time. That's another big difference. Like in India, you get your wife to cook good food. But I love cooking. Then the other things are like your wife is supposed to do these things. There's no such like kind of norms in United States that this is what the duties of wives are, this is what the duties of husbands are. It's just whatever works the best for couples, they figure it out and they do it how they want to do it. So there's no added pressure from society. That's the biggest difference in terms of that cultural difference. The other big cultural difference which I noticed is that family. When I say family, what I mean by that is how in India when two couples get married, it's basically two families getting married, right? It in United States, it is like that. Your like my wife's family will still respect me, still loves me, but I'm not like super obligated to go to every single function of there, every single birthday parties, every single wedding functions. If I can't, I'll just say like, I'm sorry, I can't make it. But in India, if you do that, people will feel bad that how can a son-in-law not be there? How can a son-in-law not come? You know, लड़के वाले लोग क्यों नहीं आ सकते? You know, those dramas, I don't like it. So it's very good cultural difference, I think. Rest everything is great. Okay, next question is by Vishal Jubikar. Very interesting question. I'm not gonna be able to answer this question, but I'll tell you what to do. Hey brother, I'm currently in 4th year doing Bachelor's of Architecture in Mumbai University, which is 5 years program. I want to do Masters of Architecture in the United States. I'll pass out here by 2021. Want to fly to US by fall 2020, but not having very deep knowledge about this program and jobs. Please help me out. I did see your website. You have great work. My wife actually does exactly what you do. My wife wants to get her bachelor's in architecture as well. So she will be the best person to guide you. I will ask her to talk to you and we can get connected so you guys can do whatever architecture stuff. But she is also doing like landscape, and she does commercial architecture and all of those fancy things which you have it on your website. I will actually tell her to check your website out, so she'll be super excited. And hopefully you guys get connected and work it out, whatever. She knows more in that field because she's in architecture rather than me giving you advice because I don't know. But scope wise, I think there's a lot of scope. What I've heard is that people make $180 per hour, which is a lot of money. Next question is by Tejal on Instagram. She's asking, actually there's few questions. One is, what do you think about University of Illinois at Chicago for MIS? What kind of management jobs MIS student can apply for? And can a student apply for winter internship after semester? If yes, how can one apply that? Great question. UIC, Chicago, great university, good university. You have to look at the coursework. I think it was a little technical if I remember. But again, they have a lot of campus activities, which is amazing. Participate in all the college events. So I think it's a good university. You're in a good spot. Plus Chicago, Illinois, great cities to be in. A lot of business analysts, a lot of finance institute, a lot of management jobs. So perfect location for your course. What kind of management jobs? Many jobs you can get into, starting with project manager, software project manager, business analyst, software business analyst, technical business analyst, technical program manager, product manager. Anything you add manager behind it. And when they say manager, it doesn't really mean that you have to have 5 years of experience. That's a big myth which people don't understand. That they keep asking me, do you require years of experience, this years of it? No, project manager doesn't mean that that person has like 5 years of experience. It just means he's managing the project. Product manager doesn't mean that that person is super experienced. It just means that person is valuable for the product. He's managing the product. Program manager doesn't again mean that that person, well, I guess program manager is a little different. You have to have experience because you will be managing project manager under you. But anyway, so these are the roles you can get into. Now, obviously, if you want to get into whichever role you want to get into, focus on the classes. Choose those classes in your first 2 semesters. Well, in your case, first semester. Winter internship, now coming to your winter internship question, it's very difficult because you only have 1 month of like some winter break. It's basically 3-4 weeks, so you won't have a lot of time, so companies might not hire you. So I would recommend you to work somewhere on campus to get it. Plus I think there are colleges laws, you have to read it. Each college will have their own law. You have to have 9 months of full-time student. You have to have that status to get into a full-time internship. So if you do first semester, you will only have 6 months of full-time student status. So you need 3 more months and then you can apply for full-time off-campus internships. And that basically is CPT. We'll do a separate video of CPT versus OPT and all of that. Let me know in the comment if you really want to know. So that, and then how to apply, we'll make separate videos once you get to that point. But stay in touch. We will do a lot more on this topic. Shreya is asking, with low GPA, is it possible to get an admit? Absolutely. I made a video right here. Go and watch that. you will figure it out. Next question, rather comment from Aman Jyoti Parida is, "Bhai kya puche?" You almost give all the answers of the questions. Thank you, bhai. But I'm sure you will have more questions. Keep asking questions. Next question is by Rajesh. "How did you manage all of your work, that is student clubs, assignments, and part-time and etc.?" Great question. A lot of videos coming on that topic. How I manage my time, how I keep myself calm and composed and everything. So I'll make those videos soon. But just to give you a hint, I wake up at 4 in the morning. So before anybody else wakes up, I'm awake. 3-4 hours I'm ahead of the game. So that's how I'm able to manage a lot of things. So that's a key advice. Next question is by Viraj Patel. "How is California State University Long Beach for computer science and in terms of jobs and etc.?" In terms of jobs and etc., it's good because it's in LA. You have a lot of companies in LA. Obviously, it's a little far from LA, so it's not going to be like centrally located in LA, but still you are in a good spot. Plus, there's so many colleges like UCLA, USC, CSU, CSULB. All of these have so many campus career fairs. You can go to all of them. Plus, Long Beach has so many companies coming to their campus. You will have no problem. I think that's a great choice. Go for it. Next question is by Rishikesh Mahajan. "What kind of pre-preparation a computer science graduate must do before leaving for America?" Great question. There is 3 things which I'll tell you. One is build your portfolio, make your website. Two is learn data structure, very important for computer science. And 3 is if you can, learn React Native, React, JavaScript, Node, and Angular. These are 3 very trending. So if you can learn any of these, you'll be in a good spot. Final question for this video by Parminder Singh. "How many hours is it required to study in a week for MIS?" I don't know. 4 hours maybe. I literally don't know. If you pay really good attention in class, and if you are on the top of it, so maybe 2 to 4 hours. I would say 2 to 4 hours is plenty of time every day. But obviously, if you don't do anything for a week and then you start catching up, then you'll have to spend 8 to 10 hours. I've also seen people who came from electronics background and going to computer science spend 8 to 10 hours every day. They spend nights in library coding and all of that. So I've seen those two. I've studied 4 hours because I was good in coding and everything else. So managing time is very important. I'll make separate video on how to manage your time as a student. But I think that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Keep sending your question. Make sure to use hashtag AskYudiJ. I will pick up your questions, and until our next one, keep smiling and keep hustling.